All righty, welcome to Screen Time with today's Communiqué. I am so thrilled and so honored and excited to have Miss Jacinda Jones, the owner of Arethas Beverages, to share with us a little bit about her story. Of course, we know that August is Black Business Month, and we are focusing on Black women-owned businesses for the month of August. So welcome, Miss Jones, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Kenya.
So we're just going to jump right in, of course. Tell us a little bit about Arethas Beverages and how the company came to be.
Arethas Beverages. Well, Arethas Beverages started kind of by accident. Prior to being the owner of Arethas Beverages, I owned a catering business called Catering Inspirations, inspired by Aretha Jones. And Aretha Jones was my grandmother. She was a well-known caterer in the city of Little Rock for many years. And growing up, we helped her cater, all the grandkids and her children, the family just helped her. And so when she died in 2003, we were, of course, devastated and hurt. And then soon after her death, maybe several months after, someone called my sister, asked her, hey, can you all make those? I can't remember what it was because I'm having a party, a class reunion in January. And so my sister came to me, she said, hey, you think we can do X, Y, and Z? And I said, sure. I'm thinking, yeah, we still have grandma's this and grandma's that. Yeah, we can do it. We did it. It was great. We got more interest of people wanting us to do events for them. So from there, a catering business was born. And in the midst of catering through the years, people started loving this drink and remembering the drink, the beverages that my grandmother created. New people getting turned on to the beverage if they hadn't had it before. And we started noticing that people were still loving the food. However, they were always around the beverage area. Okay. And so people would say, yeah, can I have a gallon? If you have anything left over, can I have it? And so that went on for years. So back in 2015, my sister and I decided to, bottle up some stuff, take it down to the farmer's market, and to see if people would buy it outside of those that enjoyed it while doing catered events. And we were surprised. We sold out that first day, that first time we did it. And we did it for some Saturdays, several Saturdays in a row. We had to miss a Saturday due to a catering event. And we missed 2 consecutive Saturdays, The manager of the farmer's market called and said, hey, people are looking for you all. Will you be here next weekend? And we were like, yeah. So some ideas started coming in our head. So, and then from there, that's how it just kind of was born.
So what flavors does Arethas Beverages offer? Is it one flavor, multiple?
Right now we have 3 flavors. We have Aretha's Sweet Mint Tea, Aretha's Spice Jar Punch, and Aretha's Strawberry Lemonade with Basil.
Okay, and so how did those sound like unique flavors. So how did you come up with the 3 distinct flavors? Was it like a secret family recipe that had always been around, or is it something that you just kind of developed that's new and put out there? Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, well, the Sweet Mint Tea and the Spice Jar Punch were beverages that my grandmother created. The Sweet Mint Tea was something that she grew up making while on the family farm in Atkins, Arkansas. She was given the responsibility of feeding the family after they were on the farm sharecropping. So being in a small town like Atkins, Arkansas, grocery stores were very limited. So my grandmother had to learn from her mother how to take things that only God could create and make great things with them. So creating a refreshing drink for all those that were on the farm sharecropping was what she did. And she took fresh mint and made something great with it. And when she left Atkins and traveled across the country and became a caterer, she just remembered those roots and brought them with her. And so that's how that particular flavor came to be, Aretha's sweet mint tea.
Okay.
And that was like a favorite of so many. And then, you know, when she started getting into the whole catering business, she started to make the punch, you know, a little of this and a little of that. And the punch was born. And people have been loving it ever since. And I will say the strawberry lemonade with basil, that was one that was kind of created, by using some of the same tactics that my grandmother used.
Okay.
What do you have in your backyard that's refreshing and that only God can create? Right. So, you know, if you can combine those things, what would it be? So I did have fresh basil in the yard that day when that thought came. And saw some strawberries, saw some lemonade, and literally those things just kind of married each other. And Aretha strawberry and lemonade with basil with a little bit of, you know, secret infusions to make it just right. And that's how that one came to pass.
Wow. So you mentioned that Aretha's Beverages originally started with your grandmother, Miss Jones, but then in 2015, you and your sister kind of decided to just to try it, just to see, you know, what would happen. So talk a little bit about the actual startup process. Were there any challenges that you experienced with trying to start an official beverage company?
Yeah, there were a lot of challenges, and we are still. Life for us was no crystal stair, but still we rise.
Yes,
Still we rise. But whenever you know what, I'm really thankful. A local writer for a local paper, for one of our local papers here in Little Rock, she noticed a lot of traffic one day at the farmers market. And she, you know, got a little nosy, started asking a few questions. And she says, oh, I would love to do an article about this.
Yeah.
You know, about grandmother and the beverages. So I was like, okay. I didn't think we were there yet, but I took it. The article was done, put in the paper. As a result of her doing that, the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville, they have a food innovation center where they help people like me who have a food product, they want to get it out in the market, they have classes, and they help you understand the whole industry,
right,
or at least the beginning parts of the industry. Okay. And so they reached out, and that was an awesome blessing because we learned so much. We began to travel back and forth up to Fayetteville and started learning some things. Okay. And as we started learning some more things, it got a little scary.
Yeah.
But, you know, you have good people, you know, good family members, good church members, just good people who just kind of pushed you along to keep pushing on. And so we did. And it gets some pushback, you know, why would you want to do this?
Right.
And so it did make you want to say, well, why do we want to do this? You know, Lipton has a tea out. Snapple already has, you know, something similar.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do this? And I can honestly say the reason why, what kept me moving forward, whenever you're doing a catered event and someone shares a story about, oh my gosh, I had this beverage at my wedding. Mm-hmm. And their husband might have passed away, but yet for a moment, while they're enjoying that beverage, they're remembering a part of their life, right, where life was just so sweet and so perfect. And to hear stories like that, whether it was a bridal shower or a reunion of some kind, that these beverages that my to make are a part of people's lives. Mm-hmm. And they gave people a moment of happiness.
Yes.
The answer of, once again, like I said before, you have Snapple, you have Lipton, you have Gold Peak. You know, Coca-Cola has a cap on so much.
Right.
the reason why, but none of those things that I just named can a memory like that be shared, while drinking their products,
Yeah.
that goes deep.
Yeah.
So that's why we keep going and moving forward. It's because we want to, make people, remember, have a moment in life when life was simple and good to them.
Mm-hmm.
And even for those who didn't have in the past but are new to the product, giving them something, a little nostalgia.
Yeah.
During these days where life is a little awkward with COVID happening and so much. So yeah, did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And
Okay.
another part, you mentioned that life is awkward, and indeed it is. We are in difficult times and challenging times. So that said, has the current climate, has it affected Arethas Beverages at all? And if so, how so?
Okay, so back in January, after years of research and pulling things together, back in January 2020, this year, some family members came together and decided, you know what, we are going to take this thing all the way.
Right.
So there were pledges for the investment of making this thing go smooth. We found a co-packer. The business plan was 110% perfect.
Right.
And the research had been done. Everything was in place. We were going to launch Aretha's Beverage, a relaunch with it being manufactured by a bottler. We were on our way. We were having our weekly meetings, and then COVID hit.
Right.
And it was like, okay, so this is gonna pass any minute, we can still be on board. And, we were gonna do Essence Music Festival. We were, we were gonna go big. And then again, it's like, okay, it's not going anywhere.
Right.
What do you do? What do you do? And so things were on pause. Mm-hmm. And actually, I personally froze. Right. And the investors were still interested, but uncertain. Mm-hmm. And I totally can understand that. I totally understood that. So what do? You just say, okay, Lord, it's in your hands. it's going to be in your hands. And so, like I said, we kind of froze. But then we started thawing out. Mm-hmm. And as a result of thawing out, we got our feeling back again. Yeah. So we could, keep going. Yeah. And so we're woke and we're moving forward. Yeah. And to have a new launch date, it won't be the summertime, which, drinking consumption is so much higher in the summertime. But however, I have faith that God is going to make everybody still just as thirsty as they would be in the summertime. They're going to be in the fall. Yeah. So I say all that to say this fall we are having our launch, our relaunch. Yeah. And some pretty major, can't really say too much, but we're going to have, you can go buy it in a store 2 or 3. Okay. So that is definitely exciting. So yeah.
That is exciting. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can talk again. It won't be Black Business Month, but it will be definitely news worth sharing for sure.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. For sure.
So do you have plans to expand Arethas Beverages beyond the 3 flavors that you currently offer? Are there plans in the works for that?
Most definitely. I kind of think of our first 3 beverages as, I guess, Cadillacs of the beverage industry.
Okay.
And we do need a few good Fords here in the beverage world. So we have some plans for just your basic Southern sweet tea.
Okay.
So we are looking forward to expanding our selection
Okay.
and with some unsweetened things as well.
Okay.
And we definitely want to. I guess I'll give you a little preview of a flavor that we are looking forward to having in the spring, summer of next year, and that is lavender lemonade with honey.
Ooh.
So I mean, I've made it several times, and I think it might just be a great seller for those who are into, lavender and, different types of lemonade. So
Well,
definitely.
if you need any taste testers, I'm available.
Definitely. I'll remember that. I'll remember that.
So,
Hmm.
what advice would you offer to other Black women, young aspiring females who want to start a business? It may not necessarily be a beverage company, but just want to start something. What advice or words of wisdom would you give to them?
Do it. Become until you become. Don't let anybody stop you. And let me go back a little bit.
Okay.
Become until you become. You can set your goal to what you want to do, no matter how big it is. If it means that you want whatever that you create, whatever your business is, if you want it in every household, you say it's going to be in every household. And you make it so until it becomes so. And in the midst of it becoming, you're going to have some pitfalls. It's okay. You're going to be scared. So it's okay. Be scared.
Right.
Make sure you have a supportive team around you.
Okay.
Um, Definitely make sure you bring the Lord with you in everything that you do.
Hmm.
Make sure He is sitting right there beside you.
Yes.
If you're getting into the car to go meet somebody, you make sure He's in the car first with you,
Yes, ma'am.
and make sure that He's coming out the car with you and that He's sitting right there next to you in the midst of a business meeting. Um, So that's my advice. It's just become until you become. It's going to be scary.
Yes.
People are going to question you. But if God said so, it will come to pass.
Wow, that is good stuff for sure. For sure. So, where can people purchase Aretha's beverages? Do you have a
Well, right now,
website, social media? How can they get in touch if they're wanting to reach out to order or even support the relaunch efforts?
okay, so right now we are just doing pop-ups.
Okay.
So you can definitely go on our Facebook page or even on our website, arethasbeverages.com, and you can kind of see what's going on. And but if you're having an outdoor party and you need beverages for your outdoor party,
Right.
um, we are more than happy to come and set up a beverage station for you
Okay.
and create some fun for your social distance event. Um, we can do that for you. But right now, we're not in any stores. But like I said, just
Yeah.
keep in touch with our Facebook page, and you can find out any new pop-ups that may happen.
All righty. Well, that's good news for sure. I know that everyone's going to be on the lookout for it. And so,
Mhm.
just one final question for you. Why do you think that Aretha's beverages have stood the test of time? They started out with your grandmother. It continues on with you and through you in the company. Why do you think that is so?
What do I think that is so? Well, I guess, it's kind of like good music. Good music never goes out of style. With the right rhythm, the right words, they stand the test of time. And just like good food, when things are created with love and inspirations, then they too can stand the test of time. So that's why we're still here. That's why I feel like people still support,
right.
because it's a fabric of so many people's lives now. And so that's why it's still here.
All righty. Well, I think that that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's
All right.